survey. I think a couple of highlights as we start getting into it. I think generally what we're continuing to see and even accelerating in a lot of ways, Filipinos are really continuing to embrace the cashless journey. There's a lot of education and awareness that the consumers have been focusing on, and so we think this is a great opportunity and speaks well to electronic payments in the Philippines overall. As Grace mentioned, we'll go over a lot of the key highlights. It'll be a short presentation, probably 10-15 minutes or so, and then what we'll do is we'll open it up for any questions. So first, just a little bit about the study. The Consumer Payments Attitude Study was conducted across 8 markets in Southeast Asia. Across all these markets, a total of 3,000 consumers have been surveyed, and it was done using an online survey. It was done using an online survey. For the Philippines specifically, we had about 500 respondents, and the income levels that that participated range from 12,000 pesos to 80,000 pesos monthly income. We anticipate this largely reflects a bank population, but it's something to bear in mind when we talk about trends as we go through the results of the survey. The online questionnaire went across the 3 major regions of the Philippines, and so again, this subsegment of Filipinos would tend to be a little bit more digitally savvy. So first off, we'll start in terms of some of the top line messages. One of the key things that we took from the survey is this area that, unfortunately, cash is still preferred by Filipinos. So of the survey respondents, 7 in 10 of them prefer to use cash for various reasons. However, on the flip side, we look and we say, we're able to already see approximately 20% of all spend by Filipino consumers are electronic payments. So what that says to us is consumers are already using cashless and electronic payments, and so there's an opportunity to continue driving that preference. And we'll talk a little bit more about things we're doing to drive that preference for electronic payments. This is also one of the key highlights. So 2/3 of the respondents say they expect to use more card payments over the next 12 months. And I think that's a consistent message we see in a lot of places where when you engage with Filipino consumers, they are using and they anticipate using more. And in terms of the balance, 75% of them said that the balance they expected would be more card spend than cash spend. In terms of the reasons that they cited on why they want to do that, sorry, one second. The top cited benefits include it's more convenient, it's hassle-free, and this concept of not having to carry cash everywhere they go. And building on that comment, continuously we see that the outlook for Filipinos going cashless continues to remain positive. More and more Filipinos are getting comfortable using electronic payments, and two out of three respondents have indicated that they've tried going cashless. Now the interesting thing for me is whenever I look at, that's always my goal, is I want to see how long I can go without using any sort of cash. And when we look at these respondents, we've seen 13% of the respondents said they went cashless for a whole week. 37% said they were able to go cashless for a few days, and then 22% were able to go cashless. There's various areas, and we're working on trying to extend that. But again, it's a good, important message to say it is possible to get around the metros. It is possible to get around in major areas without taking cash. I think one of the key